On Blues Radio International, we continue our viral, antiviral worldwide tour with our friend Neda Nikolic. Neda, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for calling me to be a part of this great project.
Well, I appreciate your joining us. Now, you're in Milwaukee at the moment, but home is a little bit distant from there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, the situation is, you know, a little bit complicated right now. So I can say like um, I'm not glad that I'm here. I am glad I'm here with my part of my family here. But it would be better in this situation if I would be home with my parents and my friends and everyone I love. So um, maybe a little bit problem right now is the distance, but I hope that our government and Serbia as country can provide some airplane for the people here in America so we can go home.
What is the situation like with the coronavirus in Serbia right now?
Um, well, Serbia is a small country, and in some way that's a good thing, and in some way it's not. I think that right now we have something over 220 cases, and we have two deaths in the past 3 days, I think. So we have some restrictions from our government, but those restrictions are not here in America. So, like police class, I don't know how to you say it in English. It's like a restriction to go out after 5 p.m. until
Okay.
5
We,
p.m.
we call that a curfew here. It's the same idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So our president told us that if people make mistakes again and do not listen to him, then that restriction is gonna be bigger, like from 1 p.m. to 5 a.m. So, and then after that, maybe we will have like 24 hours restriction to go up. So I think, maybe that is a good thing, but a lot of older people are concerned and they have some troubles maybe. But we have a lot of volunteers and organization that they call and then they bring them food or something like that. But I hope that we will not have the situation like in China or Italy or something. I think we're on a good way, but I hope this will all stop soon.
Is there any question about your ability to get home at this point? How is travel?
Well, my flight is canceled and the airport in Serbia is closed. So I called Serbian embassy here in USA. So they told me they're making some list for the students and some other people who are here. And we're waiting for some airplane to come from Serbia, but the USA government don't let us to bring the plane. So we're waiting for the America to confirm the landing of our plane.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best in getting home. But one wonderful thing that we've learned in being locked up and not able to go see live music is that all my musician friends from all over the world have been able to play for us on Skype, and it's uplifted everyone's spirits. I'm hoping you can play some music for us.
Yeah, sure. Why not? My instrument is not too big, so I bring Frula wherever I go.
Okay, tell me what you play and what type of music do you play?
Um, well, considering that the Frula is a Serbian traditional instrument and the main type of music which is common to play on Frula is Serbian folk music. So I started with that, but during my school days, I met my friend and a colleague, Veljko Nenadic, who is piano player and pianist and composer, and we started to play something like ethno jazz, and we started really good, and we traveled the world with that music with his compositions and some arrangements of other compositions. So right now I'm based on ethno jazz music, also with Serbian traditional folk music. So something like that.
Oh, I'd love to hear if you could tell us about what you're going to play and then play it for us. I'd love to share it with our audience.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I will play a couple of compositions just to, bring you closer to Serbia and some, I don't know, categories in our music. So this is duduk. So it's a big frula. And this is like a standard frula. You see, it's a way bigger, like a double size. Um, so on duduk, we play something like spirit music or something like ethno, slow music. So maybe I won't talk. You can hear this, so you will hear what am I saying to you. Something like this.
That's absolutely beautiful. Now, is that a traditional melody and how old is it?
Okay, so I played like an improvisation
Okay.
based on our traditional elements and some melodies that are maybe mixed up in this improvisation. So this is not some standard or old melody, it's something new based on something old. So maybe something like this is typical for younger generations who play duduk in Serbia.
Oh, it's very beautiful and it's got a very haunting quality to it. It's very nice and soothing and introspective at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, do you when you play, for example, what you just played for us, have you ever played it exactly that way before? Is it completely improvised each time?
Uh, yeah, I've never played the same thing. When I play something like improvisation, every time is different. Even if I have the same bass, like some melody that's in my head, and I want to make improvisation of that melody, even that every time is different.
How does it work in your mind? And I love talking to musicians about this area. How is it in your mind combining these traditional elements with your own thoughts and your own conception of how it should sound? How does that all come together in your mind?
Um, yeah, I think it's I don't know, a little bit hard to talk about that because it's something like I can't describe like some I don't know, physical stuff or something like, oh, that's that, and then you go there, and then you do that. It's like I start to play some tunes, and then I maybe I have some line in my head, like let's go up now, and
Mm.
now I some two or three tones together and mix them a little bit, and then okay, now I'm going down again and in the upper octave and down octave and something like that. But I don't know. I think it. your physical condition and your psychological condition and everything you're feeling in that moment, like all mixed up in my air, which I bring to my flute or frula. So maybe something like that.
That's it's a very good explanation, actually. I appreciate it. Could you play something else for us?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is frula now. Um, I will play for you a traditional Serbian melody from um, a town which is near Belgrade, and it's called Smederevo. Um, so in Serbia, we have melodies. When I'm talking about songs, we have melodies in rhythm, like 2/4 4/4 or something like that, and we have songs rubato. The tempo is rubato. So you have like all the time you want to play something in that song, and uh, you can play whatever you want in that base of melody. So you will hear now.
Very, very beautiful. How long does it take in terms of study to be able to play your instruments proficiently?
Um, we don't have frula in any school. We have two music schools in Serbia which have frula, like study program, but it's like just a couple of years, and that's nothing on a higher level like flute or oboe or clarinet or something. We have a lot of music schools in Serbia, but we don't even have ethnomusicology in all of them, like a study program which you can study like learning traditional music. So this is Frula is instrument that you can learn privately with some professor or over the YouTube or listening some older players who I don't know like played Frula a lot of years ago. So I don't know. I started to play when I was 14, 15. So that's a little bit late for some instrument, but during the years, I met a lot of people and changed a lot of professors and learned a lot of things. So um, this year is like 9 years I started to play, and I'm in this position now. So it really takes years to get some repertoire with a lot of songs and melodies from Serbia.
It's also interesting to me that in the United States, we certainly forgot about or rejected a lot of our musical history. And it took, for example, the British to remind us that American blues music from the Deep South was a very important feature of uh, the world of music that we know. And now there's this resurgence with the Americana and roots community, as you've seen, of going back to old time music and Appalachian music and all these things that we didn't pay enough attention to, and we're paying more attention. Is that happening at all in Serbia? Because I think you said it, not too many people are playing, and it's very hard to find places to learn.
Um, well, in the past few years, we have some new schools just for Frula. Um, it's like in some towns and communities and cultural centers or something like that. One professor makes a school, and then you have, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 kids who learn Frula. So I think that's a good thing. And we have a couple of competitions during the year when you can see kids playing, and every time you find someone new, which is a great thing. But on our national TV, RTS, Radio Television of Serbia, um, we have two national orchestras, and they play traditional Serbian music. And in only one, we have Frula. Um, but even though we have it there, and they're like the most famous orchestra in Serbia, uh, when you see today someone playing Frula, people are still like, wow, we haven't seen Frula for a while, or I don't know. It's a pity that we don't maybe cherish Frula that much, and a lot of people think that Frula is like some simple instrument, like, oh, it's made from wood, it's small, it has six holes, it's nothing special. But Frula actually has a lot of capacity, like a flute or any other instrument from that family of instruments. But in a few couple of years, I think that Frula has made a lot of big steps, thanks to a lot of Frula players in Serbia, younger and the older ones. And the good thing now, in 21st century, is technology. So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, any other network, um, helps a lot. You can make a commercial, make a lot of ads or something, so you can like spread everything you do, and a lot of people sees it. And I think that's a really good thing for Frula and anything else.
Well, it's good for all of us to appreciate and keep alive our musical traditions. Some of them are very old and risk being lost if we don't have young people like you playing them. So I appreciate your doing that. Could you
Yeah,
treat us to one more composition?
yeah, of course. Okay, so now I will play a part of one composition. Its name is Jazva, and my colleague Veljko Nenadic wrote it for two pianos, but I liked it, so he made arrangement for piano and Frula.
Wow. That I can't imagine how that got transposed from piano, but it's exceptional.
Yeah, it took some time.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Listen, Neda, I hope that you get home safely and soon, and that you stay healthy, and that your family in Serbia and here in Milwaukee remains healthy. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing this beautiful music and this wonderful history with us.
Thank you very much for making a contact with me. And again, it's really an honor to be a part of something like this. And I think that this radio and everything you do with this music and blues and world music and everything is a really great thing. And I think a lot of people should hear about this.
Okay. Well, thank you and be safe.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.